done fairly regularly because you have to get blood work done to go under anesthesia. So every time he gets his teeth cleaned or every time he's had to go in to get a little procedure done and they put him under, before they use anesthesia on a dog, they have to do a blood test, and a cat as well. They have to do a blood test to make sure that they're healthy and aren't going to not wake up. So every time I've done a blood test, I've always had them run the heartworm panel because they just need like a couple drops of blood and it's just like a positive or negative, and it costs like $10. So I've always just been like, oh yeah, I don't treat him for heartworms. Can you run the blood panel for it while you have a vial of his blood? And they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. He's never had a problem with it. He's never had heartworms. And there is a difference between having heartworms and heartworm disease, where the heartworms are like growing and like causing problems. Whoa, what was that? Do you see that? Down here, down here. But anyways, he's always tested negative, and so I've just never, I don't know. And it's something you have to medicate him for every month, and it's a neurotoxin. So I'd have to give my dog a neurotoxin pill every single month. And you can only get it from mosquitoes, and mosquitoes only live around here in the summer months. So I've considered treating him for heartworms in the summer only, but in order to get the medication, you have to like go into the vet and like have a exam and get a blood test, because you have to test negative for heartworms in order to get the heartworm medication, and that's a $200 visit right there just to get the medication. It's $200. It cost me $200 just to get Dexter's medication yesterday, and it was for fleas. So every time you go to the vet, it's super expensive, and it's just, I don't know. But anyways, I basically said, I'll think about it, but I'm not going to make a decision today. And then I had her check, he's got like a lump on his back. So I had her check that, and she was like, yeah, it just looks like a cyst. And then she was like, and Dexter needs his teeth cleaned. And I was like, yeah, I've known that for a while. I do need to schedule that. And she was like, well, we're scheduling like 6 months out. Do you want to schedule that now? And I was like, no. 6 months? I don't even know what I'm doing later today. And she's like, okay, well, just call me when you want to. I was like, okay, can I get my good boy back? And she's like, yeah, he's gonna be kind of groggy. I was like, why? Why is my dog gonna be groggy? You just did like an exam on him to give him like flea medicine. And she was like, well, also he needed some shots and some vaccines that weren't up to date. And I was like, okay, so that's why this has been taking so long. And she's like, yeah, and he's kind of nervous, so it took 2 of us. I was like, I'm so sorry, but also you're the one who decided to give him shots today. So then I waited, and it took them another half hour to bring him back out. And then he was like super, super puny and groggy and sad. And like, if you went to like pet him, he would start crying. They have to put the dog under anesthesia to do dental work. So in order to do dental work, you have to get a previous appointment to get a blood panel to make sure that there's, nothing wrong. And then you have to have like an anesthesiologist to put the dog under general anesthesia, and a dentist, like a vet dentist there to like clean the teeth and stuff. So they book dental cleanings all on like one day of the week. So that it's basically just like all they do. So that all those people that need to be there for those procedures can be there.